Greetings and welcome, Dapplings, to a new First Taste miniseries that will be covering the early access title TerraTech by Payload Studios, which is based in London in the UK. Now, this game has been requested numerous times over the last few months. Actually, it would frequently appear that someone would ask if I knew about the game, if I had any intentions of doing a Let's Play series on it, but it has been until now that I've actually had an opportunity to actually sit down and check out this title. Now, for those who don't know anything about TerraTech, it is more or less what you can see in front of you. You design robots in a kind of open world sandbox to earn money, gather parts, destroy other robots, gather the parts off those robots that you've destroyed, so on and so forth. Think Robocraft in an open world sandbox. Something quite along those lines. Now, we are going to be jumping straight in. I don't know too much about the game. I've played it a little bit on stream, so I'm not going into this entirely blind, but for the vast majority of this game, I am very new, so don't expect any amazing plays here. We are going to be learning this together. So we're going to start a new game. Now, we can have two different types of game, R&D test chamber, or we can go with story mode. Now, authorize TerraTech to use Twitter to share vehicle designs in tweets and to search other players' designs. Now, I believe this would allow the game to invite other people's designs into your world as invaders. They would be AI controlled, but I'm not going to be using it for now because I actually don't know how it would integrate with Twitter, but we'll leave that for now. Perhaps a little bit later we will actually explore that a bit, but we're going to just start out nice and easy for our first few episodes. GSO base deployment unit B57981 something or something or something. It's all going horribly wrong and we are crashing towards the planet out of control. Oh my lord. Etc, etc. That's more or less what I imagine all that was saying. And brace, brace, brace. Oh my lord. You're going to need to do more than brace. That was an explosion. He gets. Now this is our cab. Phew, your cab is a bit banged up, but you made it. Now this is basically us in there, I assume. This is your cab. Protect it at all costs. Click and drag the right mouse button to look around for other parts. Very well. Now basically this is an early tutorial mode, and the game its difficulty is stripped down whilst we're here. Drag a standard block to the back of your cab using the left mouse button. I'll actually use this opportunity just to go over what I mean by stripped down. From what I understand, whilst we're in the tutorial mode, it's always going to be daytime, and it's generally not going to be too aggressive in spawning enemies for me to fight. And generally, it's going to lead me very, very carefully through learning the game. If I leave this biome, you notice over there's like reddish hills. Over there's a desert. I believe there's other biomes besides. Currently, we're in grasslands. If I leave this biome, or I complete the tutorial quests, then I'm out of the tutorial. The day and night cycle will kick in. I'll start receiving invaders, which can mean that I'll be fighting against player-designed bots. Not player-controlled, but player-designed from other people's games, which I really like. I really enjoy games that employ a passive multiplayer. Right, we want to drag this block, and you'll notice there are hard points on it, as there are hard points on this. We're just going to go ahead and affix it there. Nice, now attach all of your wheels to the sides. These are tiny little wheels. A little tracker wheel, dinky wheels, but they turn and will steer better than their big brothers. Okay, fair enough. So better turning wheels. We can rotate over here and affix those there. Now, when it said you've got to protect your cab at all costs, it does mean it, because if that blows up, you die. But you'll respawn with a very dinky little tech. The whole bot is referred to as a tech, and the most important part, your cockpit, is referred to as a cab. Grab the gun and stick it on top. We will place it there at the back. Nearly done. Grab the drill and stick it on the front. Very well. Each of these items has a little bit of a bit of text to describe it, but it doesn't really give you any specific details. It doesn't give you numbers or DPS or anything like that. It's just a bit of flavor text for the most part. You've reassembled your basic tech. Now tap B to release the build beam. There we go. And we come down to Earth with a bump. Check your systems. Use WASD or the arrow keys to move around. Check your systems. Use ACID or the WASD or arrow keys to move around. There we go. Nice and nimble. Okay, now the weapons. Hold space bar. Now that spins up both my drill and also my gun. Oh, hello. What are you doing over there, you scallywag? Take drill to the face! I want that gun. I want that gun. I want that gun. I will have that gun. Haha. Take that. I guess I don't actually need to shoot you at this point. Oh. Yikes. Now, they will blow up. You do want to try and avoid that where possible. Nice job. It looks like Tony left some blocks. Okay, well, Tony, I'm afraid I'm cannibalizing your corpse. I can place these wherever I like at this point. We're going to stick it like that. There are more enemies. Secure your kit ASAP. I'm going to put the gun in the back because that seems to have bullet drop, which is something I definitely want to do. It also won't shoot through my other guns. So you're not going to have to worry about shooting yourself. Generally, I believe there are some occasions where that will be the case. Now, there are these black pillars of smoke. Now, you can wait for the tutorial to lead you to all of them, and you'll slowly get all of your bits. Some of them will actually have fights there that you need to defeat first. Or you can just drive around and collect them all on your own. Hello down there. I want your bits. Now he's trying to gather something, so I'm just going to drill into his side while he's there. There we go. Let's get... No, don't be there when it explodes. Ah, saved you. Now, we've got a couple of new things here. There's the Storm Lantern. A basic stud-style fixed light. It won't shine very far, but it doesn't cost much either. Well, that's quite nice. All right, let's move all of this good stuff. Now, these are resources that we can collect, and part of the game is about collecting them. So it's something we definitely want to look into. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to try and protect my cab a little bit better by putting it behind another block, so that block will have to absorb a bunch of damage before the cab takes any damage. And we'll also stick on some lights as well. There are some drills here. We could, I guess, take them with us. I mean, I could stick one on the back at the very least. There's another one. I haven't got anywhere to place this drill, so I'm afraid you're not coming with us. Sorry, drill, but there we go. Now we could, if we wanted to, just drill our way into this using the drill, gather more resources. We can push them around, and you can just move things around using your vehicle, your tech, but ultimately there's a better way of doing that, and I will get to that soon. Now, there's your solar generator. It makes free electricity when anchored, only when it's daytime though, and that's why, whilst in the tutorial, you've got infinite day. When night cycles through, it becomes a little bit more dangerous because the things that you're powering off your solar generator, yeah, they turn off, which can be quite bad. Now we want to anchor this. Where are we going to put it? I can drive around with it in my held on my cursor, but I'm not sure where I want to put it. I want something nice and flat, ideally. This is pretty much the opposite of nice and flat. So let's reverse all the way over here. Kind of looks nicer and flatter. Still not nice and flat, but it'll do. We're going to anchor this about there. There we go. Free electricity. We can't actually do anything with it yet, though. It's generating power. Oh, good. A repair bubble projector has fallen. Fantastic. Exactly what I needed. It's as if the game knew. Right, we want to place this down, and while it's being powered, it'll generate a little repair bubble. And there we go. All of the green flashing is us repairing the parts of us that were damaged. Okay, go recover more crash fragments to get back to your full capabilities. You know what? I think we're going to redesign this. Now, one of the things you can do, I believe blocks will eventually despawn after a time if they're just left in the world. So, what I would recommend doing is when you've got blocks that you don't need, just affix them to your base. That'll do. Also place that there. Alright, now what I would like to do here is move these around. We'll place that one there. Move that out. Now I can just pull... Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. I can just pull these off and do that. Now, effectively what I'm trying to do is push much more of the weight to the back. It's not going to be an incredibly stable bot, but I'm hoping... I do kind of want that over there. Well, no, we're going to hold out for another gun. I'll just live with it being asymmetrical for now. There we go. It's going to wobble back and forth until I can get some more blocks, but I prefer a wider vehicle because it's got a little bit better turning. Now, apparently, there'd be something over here. Hello? One of your fragments landed near the trees. You might need to destroy some trees to clear a path. Or, you know, break through this rock. There we go. More resources. Pick up the delivery cannon and anchor it to the ground. No. I'm going to move back. Now, that sparking, there is actual physics in this. And that sparking is letting me know that these wheels really cannot handle the weight of the thing I'm trying to tell them to drive with. You know what? I need to rethink this. I'm going to put it at the front. There we go. I'm going to drive this back to my solar plant. You don't need to, but I like to. Come on. Come on. No. Okay. If you topple over or anything like that, you get stuck on things, you can use the build beam to try and get you out of that sticky situation. And I am basically cheesing it madly in order to get back here. Like so. There we go. Right, now we're going to anchor this to our power plant. You don't actually need to. You probably don't particularly want to. But I do want all of my stuff to be close together. Now, this is a GSO receiver. If we bring this up, the receiver takes new items into a base ready to circulate them. This, if we have a look, delivery cannon will sell unwanted items back to Earth, earning BBs. I don't think we're actually earning BBs, but it's some sort of bountiful billions. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. I am earning bountiful billions. We don't deal with small units. Our currency is inflated horribly. The whole planet Earth is messed up. That's why we're out here, gathering things from the stars. Now, we need to go find more fragments or find literally some ore, which I want to do just to demonstrate it. Let me mine a little bit of ore over here to show you how we make some money. Right, drill. Also, shoot. Oh, it's okay. We've got what we needed. We've got it perched on our wheels. Fantastic. I really like this game purely for the physics and little things like that. Now, if we go ahead and pop it there, it'll be pulled up, loaded into the cannon, and fired off for 20 bountiful billions. We are moving on. We actually need a better name than bountiful billions. That's still silly. Oh, hello over there. Not so sure I want to fight you. Going to, but I'm not so sure I want to. Let's try and get in there close. Oh dear, we've just lost our drill. It's okay, they've lost everything. Get away from me. Don't want to explode. Ouch. Why? Scallywag you. There we go. Got a new gun. Right. Fantastic. No. Oh. Right. Generally speaking, you are going to want to use the build mode for this. Now, this is a new piece. A GSO stabilizer wheel. A small stabilized wheel used to prop up top-heavy techs. Okay. We're going to put it not on the side, because that's silly. We're going to put it on the back. We've also got a radar, which I'm quite keen on using. Let's actually move that back and then put the radar in the middle. There we go. We've now got a radar. Fantastic, eh? And we can also have a couple more wheels. Always nice to have more wheels. There will never be a time when more wheels are not necessary. But we did lose our drill, which is a bit of a shame. But there we go. We've increased our firepower. Oh no, there's a new drill. Yay! The shame was very short-lived. Now, let's get back to our build bubble. Repair that cannon of ours. Rather, that little laser. Let's actually have a quick look at it. The GSO narrow gauge coil laser. Small pew 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 laser guns. You'll need a few of them to make an impact. Very well, and what about this? The GSO ZK-47 light machine gun. This handy weapon has been a reliable favorite for over 50 years and still going strong. Oh, that's wonderful. There we go. Just make sure all of my wheels are good. And we're off to find the next fragment for our ship. Now, in the early game, it's going to be a lot of this for the tutorials. You can allow yourself to be distracted, as I am, and go and fight bots for all of their very important bits. But all you're really going to be achieving with that is making your bot bigger. Now, there are lots of reasons why you'd want to do this. Because bigger bots are generally better bots. Or at the very least, they're not easy to break. Now what I'm trying to do here is set this up a little bit so that we can have a bit more of a stable design on the inside. I'll show you what we're going to be doing with that. We're going to be building that up over time, but let's get that in there for now. So we've now got a wheel in the middle, and this will kind of help protect us from situations such as... Ooh, we've got another stabilized wheel. Oh, fantastic. Some situations where we might beach ourselves effectively. Now, you'll notice that quite a lot of the robots that we'll fight at the moment will be very, very weak robots. And that's because the game is considering the point value of every block that it makes up my tech, and it's only spawning in enemies that it thinks are roughly equivalent. Ooh, what's happening there? The crater is empty. I can see why, too. Very well named. Oh, that sneaky thief. He has your refinery. Catch the thief, attack him, and get your refinery back. Can't I just talk to him? Thief, I'd like my stuff back. Oh, thief, you're about to get my stuff blown up. Please don't. You. Oh, maybe you're like police. Why are you shooting at me then, scallywag? Go on, Scarper. My stuff. Scarper, I said. I'm not bloodthirsty, though, so you are allowed to flee. I have no interest in killing you. Ooh. That's some resin now. This is the refinery. Let's have a quick look at that. A refinery unit allows you to refine raw resources into something more useful. Recipes. Wood turns into... no, come back. I want more info. Wood turns into... Let's turn the camera around so I can actually see it properly. Unfortunately, it does... The UI is a little bit clumsy like that. Oh, no, now you're under something else. It's terrible. There we go. Hydrocarb capsules. Luxite shard turns into Luxian crystal. We've also got... Sap jelly into rubber brick, titanite ore into titania ingots, rhodite, basically lots of different things, all refined into something else. Now, we can take that with us, or we can leave it here, or anchor it. We can attach it to our robot. You can attach most things to your robot without too much worry. The GSO receiver we can place up there so that it'll pull in resources, and you'll see how this all works. Hopefully we can get fairly close. There we go. It just got processed into rubber. You know what? We need this to be a little bit more balanced, I think. So let's just do something like that for now. We'll bring this with us, the wheel. No, actually, we'll get rid of it. We'll do that. There we go. Nice and symmetrical. So that'll grab things. Unfortunately, we can't load it. Sorry, but you need to go. There we are. Now, that can only carry one thing. Oh, no, actually, it can carry multiples. I thought it could only carry one. But there we are. Like I said, I'm not amazingly up on this game. There will be things that I don't know. I've only played a few hours. Let's blow all of that up. And most of that was shenanigans on the stream. So I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. I was more paying attention to the shenanigans in the stream, as I just said. Right, where is our base? That little arrow on our radar will always point us to the direction of home or friendly techs. If you basically build a vehicle and then take your cab off it, think of that as like your control module. But you can still have a functional vehicle. We kind of want to disperse our refined ores over there first and allow them to be launched because they'll get us more. So the wood, which I think brought us 20 initially, is getting us 30 now. There we go. And we can move on. Right, there's still another fragment of your base bomb to go recover. Very well. We shall head towards the black pillars of smoke and pick those up, hopefully. What on earth is that? Now, I mentioned invasions. These are very much not invasions. These are just basic bots that the game kind of has available to it that have been added to a library that are being used to create the basic setup that we've got going. The basic tutorial. No, come back. You were trying to steal my stuff. I need to kill you. No, come back, I said. It's much easier if you just give in. There we go. Fantastic. However, the invasion events are a little bit more involved. They are... Ooh. That looks nice. We'll take that. We'll carry it with us. They... Ooh. No. Beached. I got rid of that wheel in the middle. Scallywags. But as I was saying, the invasions are a little bit more involved. And they are using designs from players. Also, the AI kind of claims a territory. if you're within that territory, it'll try to attack you, but if you just leave, it'll generally let you go, as long as you're not actively harassing it by shooting it from outside. But, you've got your fabricator back. Anchor it to the ground. No. Let's take it with us. And I'm going to carry it instead of sticking it on my robot so that I can still move around better. See? Clever. I'm learning. Actually... oh, well, you're going to have to be anchored for now then, because I really, really, really would very much like you to come with me. Sorry, let's move these around. My anchored block... No! Scallywags! My anchored blocks are under attack! Why? Got to get back to base. They're attacking my base! Now, you can actually set up your base with defenses. You just need a automated AI and some turrets. Oh, you better not destroy my base. That would be a terrible thing to happen. Thankfully, they're attacking it whilst it's in the repair bubble, so it's repairing itself. Hello. No. Bad. Scallywag you. There we go. Now, this is a 2 block. It's pretty much the normal 1 block, only there's 2 of them. Alright, let's pull everything a little bit closer. Then we can have a proper look around. Though, of course... it isn't actually that clever because, unfortunately, I'm going to have to drive around all of it. Which is going to be a little bit of an annoyance. Right, okay, there we are. That conveyor needs to go on the fabricator. That's fine, we'll do that in just a moment. Give me a break. We'll place this over there as well. In fact, we'll place that down there too. There we go. Right, we want our fabricator... somewhere over here. Now, a fabricator is basically a factory that allows us to build things out of basic resources. So, 2-slot fabricator shows us what we can do. Plumbia ingots can make a 1 block. We can have titania ingots to make a pusher plow. And that's more or less all we can do with this. So, let's go ahead and set this up. Or we'll set it up in the area here for now. We will actually still have it relatively close. But... let's see. GSO conveyor. Now, a standard conveyor, it moves things around any circuit you create. You can actually create automated supply chains using these. For example, if I were to do this and then give this to that receiver, it would move along the chain and would eventually move over here. Now, it's basically waiting to be used in a fabrication. So you can create quite interesting chains, and you can also use these different components to filter the chain. For example, I believe this will only accept resources. It won't accept blocks. I don't think this can be given to this block, so it can't carry it. But this can produce those blocks, and these can then move them around the chain, I believe. Now, that is something I've not done myself, but I suspect that is something we can look into. You need to attach the other conveyor to your fabricator. Okay, well, let's get that going then. Where is the other conveyor? There we go. So it'll take things away, maybe. Excellent. Drag a plumbia ingots to the receiver. I have done this, but I do not have extra plumbia ingots. Okay, I might need to go and find myself some more plumbia ingots, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but I think I'm up to the task. Let's also set up the refinery over here. So what we could have here is things are received there, moved onto the refinery, refined, moved there, and then moved into the fabricator. This right here is a thimble tractor pad. Standard issue GSO tractor pad for transporting up to 3 resources to the desired destination. So we can actually just hook that up on our bot and allow us to carry some items around. Now, we have had the good fortune of being able to expand out our vehicle a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, this is what I was aiming to do initially. Get a middle aisle of wheels to prevent us from beaching ourselves. I think that is a very, very good idea, honestly. The only problem is that I can't easily store items on top, which is a bit of a pain. I wish I could. But this should be okay for now, I think. We'll also take you along with us as well. In fact, I do have you. I could try and build this up. We'll just make you a little bit more even there. Okay, let's go and get another fragment. We've got to recover the payload terminal to purchase additional blocks and techs. Now, the payload terminal is what will allow us to use the money that we're accruing to buy different things. We can buy anything we've unlocked or discovered previously. And in the game, as you go around and encounter different techs which are higher levels than you, maybe made of different blocks that you haven't yet discovered, then these will unlock for purchase in the future. Warning, I'm leaving a relatively secure zone. I don't want to do that, but it's basically telling me that I need to do it. Okay, we'll take out this burglar if we can. No, there we go. Your bits all gone. You are now dead. Be gone. Right, there we go. We've got dirt wheels, which are larger wheels. We've also got an enemy over there, not very far away. I don't really want to be hanging around here as a result. Let's stick this weapon on there. We are going to upgrade these wheels. Let's actually have a proper look at this. The GSO dirt wheel, larger wheels with a bit more oomph. Now that should be able to carry a greater load as a result, and we are going to put them down the middle aisle, I think. No, come on. Got to connect it properly. There we go. And you kind of want to alternate which side you're connecting it to make sure that it does have more or less a middle aisle. Right, we can then go ahead and build out these rear compartments a little bit more. There we go. And connect that in there, which I think is a little bit better for us on the whole. Now this terminal, this is the payload terminal. We need to anchor it, but we can just carry it around with us if we particularly want to. Now, by carrying it around with us, it'll allow us to... but can we actually... No, it needs to be anchored, but we can just immediately anchor it if we need to purchase something. So basically, carrying one of these around with you gives you the option of purchasing spare parts if you need to replace something that gets broken in the field. But we're going to carry it back to our base, and then our base will all but be completed. We also need a bit of a repair. Now, at this point, our tech is getting a little bit more complex, so we'll start seeing more complicated enemies, larger enemies to fight as well, which is a little bit of a concern. We don't really want to be fighting anything too dangerous just yet. Now, we're almost back home, and it won't be long before the night starts happening. And then things get interesting because we don't have this place we can retreat to get repaired. Also, it can be badly damaged because it can't repair itself. That is also a possibility. We'll go ahead and anchor that here. This is not a particularly well-defined base, I must confess, but perhaps in time we will make it better. There we are. We found all of our base bomb fragments. It would be a good plan to collect them all in one place. That's what I've done. Then you can start exploring more of the planet. Must be anchored. This block will only work whilst anchored to the ground. It cannot function... Oh, right. Is it anchored? No? Maybe it needs power. That might be it. Quite a few of them seem to need power, so we'll just anchor it there. But there we go. If we right-click on it now, we can purchase blocks or techs. If we go over there, techs, as I said, they're not technologies. They are vehicles. So you'd be purchasing the cab, the AI there, the gun, all sorts of things there. Buggy, Payload Studios. This was designed by Payload Studios, that is. Got a little harvester drone there. Now, you can have AIs that will do quite a lot of things for you, actually. They will be very, very useful in taking care of your vehicles, your bases, your needs. You can make little harvesters that'll go out and take care of just gathering resources. You can make vehicles that'll follow you around, so you've got a little bit of extra firepower. And I imagine later on you can build generators and repair bubbles that go on top of your vehicles, and thus perhaps you could have a mobile repairer following your main vehicle fleet. You can make stationary turrets by using... bad things have shown up. I do not approve. You need to be dead. Thankfully, minion of Tony. This is a Guardian. Defend your equipment. Guardian, you need to be dead. Actually, you've lost your bits, but I still want you to die. There we go. You're gone. Tony. Tony, why are you doing this, Tony? Tony, I thought we were bros. You're knocking bits off me, Tony. I disapprove with this. There we go. Bloody Tony. What a scallywag he is. Did you leave any good bits? Have you got a radar? A laser? Okay, well, Tony, I forgive you a little bit. Only a little, though. Don't really want the radar, but perhaps I could bring that back with me and stick it on my factory. Now, this is another thing. Can I sell blocks? box. For example, I don't want this radar. Can I sell that via the cannon? Cannon, will you take this? No? That is a shame. Will you take it? You will. Ha ha ha! Okay, cannon, I've got a job for you. I would like to sell this wheel. Go forth. Go forth. Go into cannon. Launch. No? Wow, scallywags. On the plus side, though, that can actually hold more stuff. But we've lost a component, which is very, very sad. Now, that's a wide gauge stud laser. Let's reverse over here, get ourselves repaired a little bit. Wow, we took a lot of damage in that fight. An awful lot of damage. Right, well, that needs to stay here. This can go on there. We're going to have to do a little bit of remodeling in order to make this work. Let's just allow that all to repair there. Let's have a look at this. This is a moderately powerful laser front-facing stud fixing. And this over here, what are you? Venture right angle bracket. A right angle bracket piece, a sturdy and lightweight solution for when you want to stick that thing on the side. Now, you'll notice that that's a Venture right angle bracket, whereas this is a GSO wide gauge stud laser. That is the name of the corporation that created it. So you do want to pay attention to that, because there are certain corporations that build very interesting technology. Not all techs are built the same or of the same parts. And there are certain places in the world that you can roam around and you can find very, very interesting parts. And we will hopefully be doing plenty of that in the future. But for now, let's just try and repair my bot. Get it back to working order for the most part. I don't think we're going to be quite able to get it all the way to working order. But what we can do is we can perhaps move these down the front, have these ones on the back. There we are. That's a little bit better there. In fact, let's use the build beam, lift this up. There we go. I like it. We'll just use the little wheels on the middle section for now. I think that should be okay. Did we have any other weapon? I could, in fact... No, I can't stick the weapon there. Okay, well, that's fine, I suppose. I could do this, perhaps. Like so. Yes, I could do that. Not sure that's really a good thing to do, I'll be honest with you. But, well... Oh, well. There's not a lot that I can do about it. What I could perhaps do, however, is... maybe something like this. For example, I could have the gun mounted on the side there. That would be a possibility. There's not much reason for me to want to do that right now, but it would be something I could do. So it's interesting to note all the same. Right, I actually want that front-facing laser on the top, though. I think that would make it a little bit of a better design. There we go. And the front mount laser right up there. Have this laser by there. Okay, we could have two radar sections. Would that give me a larger radar? I don't believe it does, which is a bit of a shame. Oh well. We'll place that there. You need to go somewhere, but I'm not sure at all where to put you. I guess I could just have that there for now. I mean, there's really no reason of just using parts just because I've got them. Because all that means is we're going to be fighting much more powerful bot in the future. But I want to keep this, so I'm going to attach it over there so that it's saved for me for later. But on that note, I think that's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it so far and are looking forward to the next. I suspect I'm going to be playing this for quite a few episodes in this first taste so that we can properly explore what the game has to offer. But that is it for me for now. So until next time, and as always, do take care.